6 years ago, Dustin John Motzouris had a dream, a burning desire to be one of the best pro watercross racers in the world. His plan was gutsy, clean, and simple. Leave his family and friends in South Africa, relocate to the U.S., connect up with a top-notch team, and never quit. So, at the wise old age of 14, the plan was set into action.
Well, it was definitely a huge move for me coming over here from South Africa. Besides being on the other side of the world, life's a lot different between the two countries. And for me, I really set my heart on becoming a pro jet ski racer. And I came over at a young age, so the first couple years were definitely a little bit difficult. I didn't get to see my parents as much as I would have liked. And, so that side of it was definitely really tough. But, this is a great country, and I've made a lot of really good friends here. I just knew I had to come over here. This is the place to race if you want to be at the top of this sport, and haven't looked back since then.
Fortunately for Dustin, California has turned out to be a great home away from home.
It's the whole vibe in California. You're able to go have some, great surfing opportunities here on the beaches, which is definitely a lot better than a lot of the other places in the States for surfing. And that's really good for me because I like to surf as much as possible, especially coming from South Africa, which is a pretty big surf country. That's definitely a good thing for me to be here in California. And besides that, it's just the beaches, the mountains, snowboarding. It's just an awesome place to live.
Through it all, Dustin has had the experience of a lifetime and found the formula for success.
I think definitely dedication and determination for me. It took a lot for me to leave South Africa and to come all the way out here. So for me, it's definitely, I want to go out there and give 110%, and I really try and put as much into it as I can.
At first glance, it may appear that Dustin Motzouris is one of the luckiest racers ever to set foot or buns on a personal watercraft. He's only one of 2 team riders on the most powerful race effort in watercraft racing today. But make no mistake, he has earned his ride, and Lady Luck has given him a few rude slaps in the face during his labors. Dustin's friendly, clean-cut, low-profile demeanor belies his fierce competitive fires that burn within him and drive him to become the best. Cross-training helps keep burnout in check and is an integral element in his preparation for race day.
Well, mountain biking has been like a big part of my training schedule for years now. But it's just such a good form of training. You're out there and you just, you can go out, there's great hills out here in California, so you can go out for, 2 or 3 hour mountain bike rides and, just really push yourself to your limit. And it's great to be able to train on something besides just going riding your jet ski every single day. You go out and you can do mountain biking or go running and get your heart going, and you can use a lot of the same muscles, a lot of arm strength, a lot of leg strength. And, it's a lot of fun. You get to, climb uphill, get your workout, then, come back down and jump, a bunch of jumps, go down a couple, little drop-offs, and, it's just really fun. That's what really kept me going at it too, When you can go out there and you can ride for 2 hours on your mountain bike, it mentally prepares you for going out and doing a 20-minute moto on your jet ski. So it's all these forms of training that, end up paying off on the weekends.
So far, the biggest payday in watercraft racing has eluded him, as he has yet to supplement as many U.S. and South African national championships with a world title. But this past year, he came painfully close to not 1, but 2. In the pro ski class, a sliver of rubber from the log jump stopped him dead in his tracks while leading the second moto. The same thing happened in the first moto, but he was able to clear and recover for the win. No such luck in Moto 2. Then again in Pro 1200, while leading Moto 2 in position for the World Championship, a missed buoy ended any hopes for the title.
Honestly, I try and block as much of last year's World Finals out of my mind as I can. That was probably the biggest letdown I've ever had, in racing, by far actually, compared to everything else that I've had. I've had so many good points in my career, and that was set to be the highlight of it, so far. I was on, my Kawasaki was flying out there, that weekend. Everything was just perfect, and unfortunately, things happen, and there's no way really to explain it. It was a lot of bad luck. And so that's why I'm just going to work on the positive from that, and go out there. I know I can win the races now, and I just got to go out there and do it. Just show everybody and just keep pushing. That's all I can do.
Motz is without question one of the nicest racers you could ever meet in any sport. Some people say that nice guys finish last. Dustin is quick to refute that myth.
No, that's not true. I don't think, my whole philosophy is I don't think you have to go, you don't have to be arrogant or anything like that to be able to go out there and win races, in any kind of sport. I think it's your work discipline that's really going to get you to where you want to be. And I think if you're a nice guy or a nice person, that's just going to help you. People are going to want to deal with you, and people are going to take a better interest in you. And I just want to show what I can do on a jet ski. I don't want to be known for the guy with flashy hair or a guy with a big expensive rolling up in an expensive car. I want to be known for the guy that goes out there and does the best job that he can on the water. That's what I'm about. I want to go out there and do a good job on my ski, and that's all that really matters to me.
And if we could see underneath the helmet of young Dustin Motzouris right now, I guarantee we would see an ear-to-ear grin as McCluggage comes over and congratulates him.